Okay, just going to go into a bit more detail of the boss scalping strategy that Chris uses and how he actually scalps for 15 and 10 pips. We're going to keep it simple and just stick to the cable and show the daily cable trades. Obviously this was the first trade that I marked up that I took this morning. When I spoke to Chris, he doesn't always go in round big round numbers, and that was obviously the 16700 was around here. So I took this trade and it was a winning trade, but had it not been, you would have still been able to enter this trade at this point here and it would have still been a winner. I hope everyone can see that. If you're watching this incidentally through the YouTube video, it's worth just expanding this and making it full screen just so we can look at the indicators a little bit more. So we could have actually taken it after this second time. We could have re-entered the trade there at the second time that zigzag broke. I've taken that trade the first time the boss signals have turned from yellow, as we see here, to red. So that's really what we're looking for. It's exactly the same, it's just without the parabolics. So your entry criteria is just your normal boss entry criteria. You're just looking for these to turn red for obviously the short. The difference is Chris will re-enter when the lines break again. So the next trade was at 11 AM. As we see, the indicators have broke down. We're in a nice downward trend. We've broke the indicators and it's changed again here. And we can enter for another short scalp there. With regard to the zigzags, we'll wait for the zigzags to be broken, so this last zigzag to be broken. If you're within sort of 6 or 7 pips of the bottom of the last zigzag, sorry, if we're going in that direction, you can actually enter off the boss criteria. So as long as your two signals have just changed and you go in a couple of pips under the red bar, you can still enter, but just be very wary that if it gets to this point and starts to bounce, we're going to close the trades quick. From what I gather speaking to Chris, he'll close a trade for break even very quickly. He won't let many trades go into a loss, so you've just got to be on the ball. That's why, especially for newer users, I'd recommend only sticking to one pair. Just so you get the feel of this, because it's going to be a bit awkward trading multiple pairs if you're not used to it. So we can enter the trade a little bit earlier, and then it's confirmation with a zigzag. This trade's obviously gone on to make a profit as well, so that was a second winning scalp there. Also when I spoke to Chris, he did say that once we're in established trend, so after the fast trade and getting your initial 15 pips, he will take 10 pips on the next trades. Obviously when you've got big bars driving through like this, you can take more anyway, but he will look to also scalp 10 after its initial point. Again, keeping the stops very tight, so if a trade starts to go back against you, immediately make sure you get out of that trade and don't take too much of a loss. So we're going for quick, short, sharp scalps here. The next one was 12:45. Sorry, I've just all these times are an hour out as well, by the way, so if you're looking on IG, they're all going to be an hour out. So this one was 11:55, sorry. As we see, the indicator's broke and then we've taken a boss trade down. This trade was closed out at break even. So after your initial indicator here, it's come down to this point again, as we just spoke about, and it's bounced back up. So that trade was quickly closed out at break even, and nothing lost on the 11:55. The 12:55 was this trade here, was a winner. Getting the signal in here and coming in just at the low of that zigzag, and again making 10 to 15 pips. I think actually that one, that was a 10 pip trade, so that made 10 pips, that particular trade. 1:30, this trade here, again the zigzag coming back up, breaking the moving averages as you see where they go yellow, and then coming back using the boss criteria to re-enter the trade, and again another 10 pip trade for the 1:30. Then the 2:45, this was the first time we're looking for a reversal trade. There we go, 2:45. Yeah, so it's obviously we've got this nice long tail on the 5-minute candle there, which is a good sign for a reversal as well. We've come back up, taken the Boss trade. Bear in mind we're looking at these two green indicators. I hope you can both see that. I hope you can see both of those. And this trade was stopped out at break even. When you see the big red bars coming back into the chart, he's actually stopped this one out at break even. So he was going for 15 pips again then, because it was a change of direction. But as it's whipped back, stopped that particular trade out for a break even. It's come back down to the low again before starting to come back up, and then we had our next trade. This one was at 325. This is a little bit different because we've got, this is what I spoke to Chris about, we've got this candle here, although it's red, he's still taking a Boss trade off of that because it's a reversal candle. Anybody completely new to Forex may not know this, but when you get long tails like this, they're good indications that we're getting a change of direction. So as the indicators have changed to green and the Boss trade was moving back up, he's taken this as a signal and come in there. I mean, it would have been a signal off this next bar anyway, and it would have still been successful, but he just wanted me to mention that. Obviously anyone that's been trading for a while, they'll see that as a reversal sign along with the other signals, and you could have got in a little bit earlier there. But like I say, even just following the rules, we've got the green Boss bar, our indicators are green, and we can come in at this point anyway, and that trade's made a good 15 pips as well. Because we've changed direction then, he would be looking for another 15 pips on that, so that's another successful trade. And then coming down, we can see now that we've just about got a short being entered now. So this would be a few pips in profit. This has come on since I've started recording the video, so obviously if you're playing this trade now, we'd be looking at letting it run to the profit, again trying to go for 15 pips because it's a change of direction. Or if this trade comes back up, we'd be closing it out. We wouldn't be taking a loss now. Once we're in this position, you wouldn't be taking a loss on these short-term scalps. So I hope that makes sense. That's just a cable. There's other pairs we can look at. What I recommend looking at is pairs with low spreads. I'll make a quick note of them. But look at the K1 Euro and look for good setups and just get used to those. But as you can see from the trades that's been had today, a lot of people like to ask me a lot about re-entering the trend, and when I'm trading for longer periods, holding the trade, I don't like to get back into trades. But obviously this has been working well for Chris, and you can keep taking 15-10 pips out of the market on a downtrend and then grab the same when it changes. As we see there's 15, and it looks to be another 15 coming on here, the opposite direction. That's another 30 pips made sort of in the last hour really. This MT4 trades an hour in front, by the way, so all the times are an hour earlier. But I hope that makes sense. We've got these other two lines here on the chart. That's really just to help with the stops. As Chris said, you can, as long as you can concentrate on the two Boss lines, which are these two here, and look for points of entry when they change colour. So just taking that exactly the same as Boss, just without the parabolics, and bearing in mind the zigzag. So we're either looking to break, or if we get in early, we're looking to close if it bounces. So you just got to keep your finger on the button. This trade's nicely gone in profit now, as we see as well, that last one. So you got to keep your finger nicely on the bottom and look to close out any trades quickly at break even, or even just take 2 or 3 pip loss. As you can see, it's not the end of the world because there's going to be plenty of winning trades along the way. So I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't make too much sense, drop me an email and I'll try to explain it more. But I hope that makes sense to everyone, and yeah, this has been very good. I've looked at a few pairs this morning, and it's been very good on quite a few pairs.